thousands of Palestinians in Gaza are set to protest today at the border fence with Israel in a mass rally that comes just hours after one man was shot dead by Israeli forces. Mohammed Saad, 21, died after being injured during skirmishes overnight at a protest camp near to the barrier inside the Palestinian enclave, according to a Sky News source in Gaza. The Gaza Health Ministry said he was shot dead. The Israeli military has yet to comment on the fatality. A spokesman for the Israeli Defense Force said troops responded to two outbursts of rioting by the border on Friday afternoon and early evening when protesters threw firebombs and burning tires towards Israel. Later in the night, an Israeli tank fired at a Hamas position in northern Gaza. Egyptian mediators have been working to defuse tensions between Israel and the militant group Hamas that controls Gaza after 2 days of rocket fire and airstrikes earlier this week. The success or failure of these efforts could determine whether the protests are contained or there is a return to a more serious confrontation just days before an Israeli general election. The demonstration, due to begin at 1 p.m. local time, 10 a.m. GMT, is to mark 1 year since the start of weekly protests in Gaza that have left almost 200 Palestinians dead, killed by Israeli forces, and almost 30,000 injured, including around 7,000 by gunfire, according to Palestinian medics and United Nations figures. Israel says it shoots at protesters when they try to cut through the 30-mile border fence, threatening Israeli families that live in communities a few hundred meters away. But UN investigators said last week the country may be guilty of war crimes for using excessive force. Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Conricus, a spokesman for the Israeli military, said live rounds are used as a last resort after verbal warnings, tear gas and other signals